everyone, today's video is strange because I'm feeling a little bit ill today. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I didn't have a video planned for today until 5 PM the same day, which is really stupid. Like, I'm watching these other YouTubers post their Vlogmas videos, now, when I haven't even filmed mine for today. But anyway, I feel like I'm really enjoying Vlogmas, but like, the great thing about Vlogmas is you learn so much about other YouTubers and your own self, like, because it's not normal for me to upload every day. I'm like learning about like what is more difficult about vlogging every day. Like, you realise what gets in your way, like the things in life that kind of make it a little bit more difficult. And you also learn a lot more about your YouTubers that you watch because you see them more often. You see the bad parts and the good parts. Like, I wouldn't usually film today because I feel a little bit like crap and I don't really feel like myself, and so I don't really want to film and talk because I don't want to come across as a boring person. I haven't opened my advent calendar actually for the past few videos I've made, which is really sad. So I'm just going to sit here and eat chocolate because that's what you do when you're feeling a little bit under the weather. And today I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I've literally just turned this camera on. Like, I'm not even sure if I'm in focus or if this even looks nice. Anyway, what day are we on the advent calendar? I've just opened day 8 and there is a chocolate in there, so I'm really, really behind. Today I wanted to talk about 2 things. I've literally got them on a list, and those 2 things are, well, the first one is they're both very different from one another. One's quite negative and one's very positive. The first one is the negative one. Let's just get that out of the way. I want to talk a little bit about this whole YouTube glitch. The YouTube glitch that a lot of YouTubers seem to be going on about at the moment is the fact that tons of people are being unsubscribed from their favourite YouTubers. If you're not aware, then you should be, because if you love YouTube, you need to keep checking to see whether you're still subscribed to your favourite YouTubers, because this is essential. You are being unsubscribed from your favourite YouTubers. YouTube aren't really doing much about it. They're saying that they don't know what the problem is. They don't think there even is a problem. And them saying that just kind of confirms that they probably do know and they don't want to admit it. Because if they... like, it's not hard to know that there is a problem. Like, if a single YouTuber can know that there's a problem on their channel, YouTube, in like the actual makers of YouTube, aren't stupid. Like, they know there is a problem. For me, it started like 5 months ago or so. Like, I've had the glitch for ages and I never spoke about it on my channel because I was frankly embarrassed. Like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people have been unsubscribing from me for months, and it all started during around about the month of my birthday. So around about the time I told you guys I'd come out of a relationship, as you guys know, and I know that he's known on YouTube and like he doesn't really make videos anymore, but like, I know that a lot of people liked him, so when people started unsubscribing, I took it quite personally, and I was like, alright, so the reason why they're unsubscribing is because they're not happy with the fact that I've broken up with him. And that was fine to me. I was like, okay, fair enough. Like, people have their opinions, and I'd rather them just unsubscribe than leave me a hateful comment, so I kind of appreciated that. I was noticing, like, so many... I was getting more unsubscribers than subscribers, basically, meaning that my sub count was going down, so I was gaining subscribers, which I was really happy about, but at the same time I was losing so many that you couldn't really tell that I was gaining subscribers anyway, unless you looked into my analytics page. Me being me, I was a bit worried, so I contacted my network, and I was like, can you help me? Like, what is going on? Just give me advice. Like, I'm doing something wrong. Like, is there a glitch? Or actually, I didn't say is there a glitch. I was like, what's going on at YouTube? Like, are they maybe... because for a long time YouTube has been unsubscribing... No. YouTube was removing a lot of inactive channels, like channels that aren't being used anymore by people. And that meant that your subscribers were going down, but that was only because the people that were unsubscribing from you were being shut down. Like, their channel was gone now because they're not using it anymore. And I totally got that and understood that, and I was like, that's a good thing. Like, I liked the fact YouTube was doing that because I didn't want to have like dead channels subscribed to me anyway. Like, what's the point in having like 1 million subscribers if they're all channels that don't belong to anyone. That just seemed a bit stupid to me. So I was cool with that. So I was like, okay, if that is the reason, then fine. But my network got back to me and was like, there's like 10 out of these hundreds of people that are unsubscribing from you that are inactive. So I was like, great. Like, so it made me feel like complete and utter shit, because I let it go for like a month, and then I thought maybe after a while people are going to stop unsubscribing. But they carried on and on and on, and we're to this day now, 5 months later, I'm still getting it, and it was like really embarrassing to me. I spoke about it with like my mum and my boyfriend now, and I like told them about what I think it may be and like what I've just told you basically, and they were kind of just like, hey, maybe it's one of those things, it will go after a while, which is pretty much what my network told me. They were like, keep a positive attitude, like people are still subscribing to you, that's all that matters, and it will go. Like, it's one of those things, like this happens, like businesses and stuff, they go up and down, up and down. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I should not get upset about this. But after a while, when you make content and you don't really feel like, I mean, I've got my little my subscriber award here, and when I got that, like, that was a big boost for me to say, I want to keep going and like reach an even higher subscriber count. But obviously I haven't been able to do that for months, like half a year. And people were starting to say in the comments, which is something that I mentioned to my network, I was like, people are starting to say to me, why are your subscribers going down? Or they started to say, your subscriber count doesn't seem to like move. And that's my viewers saying that. So I was like, even they can notice it. And that's when it really started to embarrass me, because it's okay if I can notice it. Like, when you run a business or you work for yourself, you're self-employed, you and only you will know how bad like a company may be failing as it's failing. What failing? Failing. Why can't I say that word? Audience and like the people gaining entertainment from that business. When they start noticing, it's really embarrassing, because you're like, it's fine, I promise. And then that's when people started talking about it. And like, I think I was having a conversation with Nisi, as you guys know, she's a YouTuber. We were talking, and I think she mentioned something about it, something about a YouTube unsubscribing glitch. And I was like, what? Like, and I remember going home that day and looking it up, because I was like, I'm so happy to know that there is a glitch. I know it's a really shitty thing, and YouTube are really shit for doing this and putting people through this, but I was just so relieved to know that other people were in my shoes, because I was too embarrassed to even talk about it, to have the chance of someone to say, yeah, it's happening to me too. At the end of the day, it's still shit. I want it to be fixed, and YouTube need to fix it, because it's killing my channel, it's killing the algorithm on YouTube. Is terrible as it is. Like, people aren't being shown in subscription boxes of people that are subscribed to them, and even if they are subscribed to someone, they're being unsubscribed from them. It's almost as if YouTube's doing everything they can, I don't know, to work against YouTubers, which is crazy, because YouTube makes so much money through YouTubers. I just feel as though they haven't really been helping YouTubers for a long time, but they've always had the reputation of like messing up anyway. Like, YouTube in general, they've always had this rep that every change they make on the website is always a terrible one. So that's like something I wanted to address, because a lot of you have been noticing that on my channel. And to conclude this, and like to kind of put an end to this for now until I know any more, I would just like to say to you guys, if you like really like my channel, you like my content, and you watch my videos a lot, it doesn't really matter how much you watch them, you still may be unsubscribed. So obviously make sure you're still subscribed, which you probably are if you've seen this video, who knows. But check that, and also click the bell, which is found down there. There's a little picture of a bell right by the subscribe button, and that bell basically means send me a notification when this YouTuber makes a video. So if you click that bell for every YouTuber you love, it will get into your subscription boxes, like, for sure. I'm not just saying this, I'm not making this up, other YouTubers will say this. If you comment on your favourite YouTubers' videos, thumbs them up, just basically do anything you can to interact with them, you'll more likely see their new videos in your subscription feed, which is another really bizarre one, but it's true. Like, YouTube kind of care more about interacting now. They used to, so it started off, they only cared about views. It was all about views back in the day. Then it turned into watch time, and that basically meant that YouTube were making it that so that people aimed for more watch time rather than views, so the longer someone stayed to watch a video. Now it seems to have changed to interaction. It's a strange world of YouTube, but sometimes when I'm in my own little bubble, I forget that you guys might not know what's going down on YouTube, so that's just to let you know. But other YouTubers have spoken about it, so you're probably more than aware. But on a lighter note, because that was quite depressing, but it's good to talk about it. I wanted to introduce something onto my channel which I had addressed to you guys 2 whole years ago. I've been wanting to do this for 2 whole years and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. And as January is coming around very shortly, I've got like a couple new series ideas that I want to start introducing on my channel, and because it's like a new year, new start, this will be a good time to introduce this series on my channel. You may remember me talking about this if you've been watching me for a long time. But the series I want to start introducing is it's called Good Deeds Poop Scoop Newsfeeds. Good Deed Poop Scoop Newsfeed. Something like that. I mean, I'm working on the title. It's a working title process. Basically, the whole idea of it is for you guys to send me examples of good deeds that you've witnessed throughout the week. So we can run some sort of poop scoop newsfeed where essentially I kind of make a video sort of in a similar wavelength as a news TV program that you would watch on the news, but I'm not going to be doing the depressing stuff you hear on the news, such as a horrible murder story, or basically I stopped watching the news a year or so ago. Obviously I watch it if it's covering something that I'm interested in watching, but I tend to stay away from the news because it does make me quite depressed. The stories that are generally covered on it are very sad, and that's a bit off-putting in itself. But as well as that, they give 8 minutes worth of sad crap, and then they give you 2 minutes of something good. And I want to start introducing something where we can talk about some good stuff that's happened. It doesn't even need to be big things. And I want to kind of make sure they're personal to you guys. So they're stories from you guys, said to you guys. So it's quite a personal thing between both of us. So I basically just chat about some of the things that you guys have submitted as your good deeds. When I addressed this to you guys 2 years ago, some of you guys actually gave me examples of some good deeds that you've witnessed throughout the week. And although these are 2 years old, literally, I wanted to read them out for you today to give you an idea of some you can submit yourself. So whilst you're listening to these, try and think of some things that you might want to submit for the proper first episode of the Good Deed Poop Scoop feed, for real, because these are examples of some things that you could submit yourself. For example, this lovely lady called Victoria Morrison, who I believe I still see commenting on my videos a lot, so thank you very much. She said, one of the nicest things that ever happened to me was when I was about 15 in a town at 8 PM in the evening. It was a cold night and I was sat crying because my ex-boyfriend was being just awful. A young woman came up to me and said, "I'm too beautiful to be crying," asked if I was okay and offered to give me some money to get a taxi home. She was so sweet and didn't have to stop for me. 4 years ago, I'll always remember her. I think they can be as small as something like that, and I think the lovely thing about that comment is because of the fact that she remembers it 4 years later. If you were to do something like that, you may feel like it was just that was something really insignificant and tiny. She asked if she was okay, which is a perfectly human thing to do. She offered her a little bit of money to get a taxi home, which could actually be just £3. But she, that was worth 4 years of, her remembering that. I love that. And that's the kind of, essence of the series I want to give. Something just to think, that's a really cool thing to do. And then it can encourage you guys to go do things yourself, which you don't have to submit, because I don't really want people to brag about things they've done themselves. I really want you to talk about things that have happened to you. Carolina Cruz. Don't know if I said your name correctly, but she said, just the other day I saw a man stop in the middle of the road, get out of his car and put a halt to traffic just to help an old man cross the road. That made me really happy to see. I cried tears of joy because you just don't see that very often, and it gives me hope. That's lovely. I would do the exact same thing, and then it would kind of not make me feel guilty about maybe not doing the same, but it would make me think, yeah, I should do that more often. Why don't I do things like that? I just feel like it will be a good idea to have different things like this we can talk about. I just want to hear from people who think it's a good idea and they want to be Ooh, sorry, too much chocolate. They want to be featured in the first Good Deed Poop Scoop newsfeed video. I've been talking for officially 25 minutes now. Should probably stop. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in tomorrow's Vlogmas video. Bye guys. 13 sleeps till Christmas. Yeah. Bye. Ah!